Now back to more Sam's Garage.
Sam tests the Holley EFI system they're using on the Coyote engine for the 57 Ford Thunderbird. Before the engine goes in the car, Sam mocks everything up on the engine stand for testing. The Holley kit comes with everything you need to make this engine swap turnkey and reliable.
This Thunderbird's gonna look so much better with all this primitive stuff out of here and that Coyote engine inside. It's gonna run good too because we're gonna be doing a Holley EFI on the Coyote engine. So let's go to the Easy Run engine test stand. You know, I was fortunate enough to be one of the first people to test out the Holley EFI system with the Commander 950 back in 1999. At that point, we made 850 horsepower on my Mustang with a 5.8 liter 351 Windsor. Very impressive and very streetable. The beauty of Holley is that they make it so simple for the DIYer to be able to build something like that Coyote, put it in a 57 Thunderbird, and not worry about whether it's going to crank up, run, or how it's going to drive. So we're going to show you today how to install a Holley EFI unit on a Coyote engine on the run stand. We're going to crank it up and then we're going to go through the software. You guys remember this engine? Doug and I were doing a leak down test on it. Look at it, how much better it looks. We painted it, we made it look a lot better. We went to Summit Racing, I got the Holley EFI system, but while I was there, I went ahead and got these aluminum valve covers and their coil packs. That's gonna make for a nice install on the 57. Now remember that when you guys paint your blocks, stay away from connectors and pins, and when you put it in the engine bay, make sure you scrape off ground points so you have good voltage. Now when you're looking at the table, you're probably thinking, man, that is intimidating, but it's really not that bad. We got 4 harnesses that make one once it's all connected together. We got the fuel injectors, the ignition coils, the main harness, and then the power harness. The most important thing is with the power harness to have a good, clean ground and power battery connection at the battery, all right? Because you're gonna have a signal with the pink and white wire for ignition turn on. So we're gonna go through the steps of installing this on our motor, and then we're gonna make it run, then we'll go through the software. Now I'm getting ready to install the variable valve timing sub harness. And this is very important to give you a separate book for this so that it tells you exactly where all these sensors are and actuators. There's 4 per bank, plus a crank position sensor down here. So do reference this. So I got the variable valve timing harness installed. Now I'm gonna go on to the main harness. This is basically gonna combine all 3 sub harnesses and then give me my throttle body connections and anything else that I'm missing, like crank position sensor and a couple of bank sensors for the variable valve timing. I've got all the harnesses connected, and because Ford is special, we've got coil driver modules on each bank, got those connected, kind of tucked away on the galley. Now, this thing looks like a mess, but this is an Easy Run engine test stand, so it's supposed to look like this, but in the car it's gonna look a lot better. So now what I gotta do is constant red and ignition. Then I'm gonna hook up my power harness to the battery. I'm gonna hook up a ground to the head, which is right here. Very important. As you can tell, I painted the block. So the Holley system wants a very, very good, clean ground connection. Okay, I've got everything connected on my Coyote engine. I've got the heads-up display. I've gone through and answered all the questions. You do have to make sure to do a TPS calibration before this guy will ever fire. Now let's see what happens on its first run. I don't have a cooling system on it because really you could run it for 10 to 20 seconds all day long without water in it. That way you know everything is cool, you're not making a mess just in case there's a problem. Let's see what happens. Nothing like a little bit of fire out that exhaust. That is awesome. First try, Holley Coyote motor outside the car, running on an engine stand.